Welcome back, friends, Battle Brothers. Between the last episode and this one, I did a little bit of offline grinding. As you can see there, we're up to day 656. And I've also found a few new lads that we're going to be leveling up. Reitz is going to be a shield breaker. He's a brave militiaman. A 6-star brother. He's almost perfect. If only those stars were in melee defense. We have Ernst, the shield breaker, the other shield breaker. Eventually I want to have shield breaker, Polon, Bannerman. So like in that fight against the Orcs, I think I probably won't take any archers in whatsoever. And we've got Erhard, who is going to be a great axe user. Look at these stars. I do worry a little about his fatigue and his hit points, but he's going to be a defensive beast, and he's huge. Wonderful for his damage. What I'm thinking is, about the great axe user, I might put him in that position, and then we'll switch Elsteer with Paragon. But then the setup will be Warhammer, great axe, cleaver, Warhammer, cleaver, great axe, Warhammer. So the total up front will be 3 Warhammers, 2 great axes, and 2 cleavers. And on the back we can make whatever combination we want. And this reminds me, Barwulf has picked up a maimed foot in addition to his weakened heart. So he's going to be replaced by Nobel. As he hits level 6, because then he can have... Barwulf has certainly earned his retirement with his, let's see how many days. 608 days, almost right from the start. 209 kills. Most powerful enemy was a Hex. Hates Greenskin. Professional. And then I think that I might actually replace either Saemon or Onimaru. Better, less accuracy. We'll replace Onimaru with another thrower type person. The only difference between the level ups between thrower and hybrid archer is what would I change here? Because I feel like I need a bullseye and bow mastery just for picking off enemy archers. But I really want to get duelist in here for the throwing mastery with the javelins. Can't leave out quick hands. Doing frenzy and berserk you don't want to leave out either. Might be bullseye. Bullseye might be the one we can do without the most. Your bags and belts is pretty mandatory as far as I'm concerned. As is quick hands, because you're going to be going through those throwing weapons. Yeah, Nobel will be pretty much the same, you just won't have bullseye. It'll mean that 2 of my lads won't be as good at hitting enemy archers, but I will still have 2 other archers. We'll still have Horst and Saemon. Will be, you know, our main anti-enemy archer type lads. I took a pause here now from playing this afternoon because there's 2 great missions to do here that's going to make us a lot of money. To defend Nibelheim and its outskirts from raiding parties, 3,500. And then there is this, destroy the Greenskin parties, lure out the Warlord, almost 8,000 gold. Do this first. Nibelheim, although probably doing this now means that Warlord mission isn't going to be there. But it's too late now, I don't want to give this. Exiled Panda wants to enter, nope, we're not going to fight a dog, ever. Greenskins are in sight. Oh god, please don't be goblins. It's goblins. Puke. Evening, donkey. I detest fighting goblins. Such a bummer. So much rather be fighting an orc. Short of a couple kite shields. The highest numbers are 25, 24, 33. If I want these archers, I'll probably do. This isn't the kind of fight that I want to take my low-level boys in. Overseer, a shaman, ambushes. You know what? These low-level lads, maybe they can actually make it. Shield breakers in. These shield breakers, even if they do nothing else other than won't actually break shields, and they're going to be dreadful. Nah, these low-level boys should only be fighting against zombies and get them some easy level ups. Please don't let it be these two groups, all three groups together. Oh my god. Fighting 60 goblins in a row. Puke. Well, that's good. At least the skirmishers are moving forward so we can be in contact immediately. I hate goblins. Owie. %. Wolf. Close your range defense. You know what? He's fine. Just start killing these little green feckers. Drop a dog too, but get the old cleaver out. What's up, Ramadi? That's right, you can move past these fuckers when they got their range weapons out. 6%. Just blast straight through the skirmishers. Oof. Took on a contract to defeat Greenskins, and of course it's goblins. There's 3 groups of about 20. So this job that paid 3,500 gold has actually turned out to not be worth it. We're having to fight 20 goblins per 1,000 gold, and these little fuckers, as you can see, just stab you. Daggers. God, I hate them. Oh, you know what? We need to kill this shaman sharpish. That little fucker has to... Ah! Kill! One, 2, 3, 4, so that should reach him. Good. Nice. Don't have enough. Why can't I switch? Oh, I left my dagger. Drop my dagger before I can go to the two-handed cleaver. Waste. Awful evening. I'll spread the lads out a bit more. I'll get him. Oh! So close. So I wonder what you guys think about this theory that I've been playing around with today. I'm thinking about what's going to happen when the Blazing Sands DLC comes out. if it's compatible with existing saved games, we could continue with Damage Inc. But I'm playing with the idea of making a new team, and where this one is Damage Inc., I want the next one to be Pain Inc. Because I like to have each of my groups of lads to have like a theme or like a gimmick, if you will. And if the gimmick of Damage Inc. is a neat spread between armor destruction with the hammers and hit point damage with the cleavers, then Pain Inc.'s gimmick would be every single one of the lads would take fearsome, and then whenever we fight organic targets, we would just destroy their will. And then maybe even for armor attachments, you can give all of the lads wolf armor attachments, lower the morale. Can you take a crossbow out of this guy's hand? I learned. So obviously Pain Inc. would not be as good against undead. But I mean, if I think in this current playthrough, of all the enemy types we face, undead are the least threatening. So Pain Inc. would, with their fearsome ability, they would have an ability that would do nothing against undead. But then, as I said, undead are the least threatening. Then I don't know if I would still go, if it's a 12 and 5 setup, I'm not certain that I would go the same mix of warhammers and cleavers. Like 3 cleavers is actually too much. I think we saw in the last couple episodes against that huge swarm of orcs, the cleaver guys are great for disarming, but they just weren't outputting enough damage quick enough. I think probably 1 cleaver specialist is all you need, 2 at the most. If I could replace the cleavers with anything, I think I would replace them with great swords. Because obviously great sword is the most efficient weapon in the game. The axes. Maybe great axes are the way to go rather than the great hammers. Get them. Here's what's so super annoying about fighting gobbos is once you get on top of them, then it's quite easy, but already taken a couple of wounds because it'll stick you with daggers. I hope there's going to be some allied soldiers in the area because I don't want to have to fight all these goblins myself. You also notice a lot of the lads are using barbarian throwing weapons. I did spend a little bit of time offline today. Barbarian area, just killing barbarians, trying to get more throwing weapons. It would make it a lot easier as to having maces. Also, that's also one of the issues with damaging, because we don't have any mace users. Stun enemies. Them down, it's over. Then that takes me back to the discussion about what is superior. When it comes to crowd control, what's better? A whip to disarm or a mace to stun? Damage. Wild Panda, I think, is out of this one. Only 47 points, so you could get daggered to death. But then again, Boghorse has even less hit points. Shit, we're gonna have to go 5 up front now. Up Jajilong. Also, this reminds me, I need to fight as many ancient honor guards. I need 2 more crypt cleavers. The crypt cleaver is 65 and 85, whereas the rusty warblade is 60 to 80. God, this. Don't tell me this is going to count as being in the swamp. Okay. I hate Goblin. In this fight, let's try a slightly different approach. It's going to cost us a lot of dogs. Let's release every dog we have. Maybe we release the dogs once we're in contact. Hopefully the dogs will... I need the dogs to get onto these ambushes. That no armor left on Paragon. And again, when these little green penises are hitting you with daggers, the armor doesn't actually matter. I hate Shaman! Maybe I can one-shot the Shaman. Get him! Get him, Onimaru! You're a hero, Onimaru. Fucking hero. That's gonna make such a big difference to us. Spare the dogs. Don't waste dogs yet. Xiao, yeah. I was determined to see whether I could beat those orcs. And I don't think I have the right setup. One thing that has been... I mean, there's been a bunch of great lessons from this playthrough. But one of the major lessons has been that I've done a lot well, like, especially when it comes to economy, like, you know, making money. We've been quite reliably making money. But what I didn't do was emphasize getting good brothers in. So, like, for example, if you see, like, a bunch of these legendary items, I actually spent money to buy them. Like, there's been 3 or 4 occasions where I've spent, like, 15 to 20,000 gold on a legendary item. So it's cool to have the legendary item, but it's clear to me now that I should rather have spent that money on a top-class brother. I mean, I'm 650 days in. I should have hedge knights, cell swords up on the front line. I need guys who are going to be just fighting gods, you know? Like, if I have... Put it this way. Like Goliath, who's a decent guy. I think he's a farmhand. Put him with his legendary items up against a higher class brother at the same level with standard equipment rather than the legendary equipment. I would say that the hedge knight would beat him because he's going to have higher numbers. That's just something else to put into practice for my next run. And as much as I love the Warhammers, I feel like axes would have been a better way to go. It's just so much more useful. Like in this situation here, you just break shields. And the axes, yes, they do less damage to armor, but it's not so much less that it's not worth it. One of the things I love about this game, there's always so much to learn and you can always do better. Also a good point, yeah. Like, I mean, in my group of guys, we can go look at some of those replacement lads that I've hired. Maybe I shouldn't actually level them as shield breakers. Maybe I should level them as dedicated tanks. Especially the one guy who has 2 stars in melee defense. Because getting our flanks and the rear of our formation compromised in that fight against the orcs was what I think ruined it for us. If you put them just behind the back there and you give them a shield and a sword, sword specialization, shield specialization, like you say, they can tie up 5 or 6, they can tie up, what, 5 on each side of the formation and stop them from getting their hands on your archers. Third fight is going to suck. I'll have to fight the third group of gobbos at night. I mean, if I think of how many hours I've played and how little I've improved over the 1700 hours, it's kind of amazing. But that's just how I play. Like, I mean, you don't come to watch me, I hope, for high level play. You want perfect play, got a filthy robot. You want an idiot learning things the hard way, you're at the right place. Do love my hammer bros though. aimed shot there. Really enjoying Darkest Dungeon though. The Darkest Dungeon run's getting super interesting now. We are doing level 5 runs quite regularly. Still losing lads, but hey, it's gonna happen, isn't it? Crossbow. If he crossbows Paragon, Paragon could die. One shot of it. Yes. Nice one, Simon. Yes. Then we can let these other ones flee. Fighting those little goblin archers a lot of the time is so not worth it. Go off with his head! Bunch of goblin shit. God, one more fight. Pretty much the same fight. Okay, polar music. Give me Mother Light armor. Who else is not in fighting shape? Looks like everyone else is still in fighting shape. At the end of our light armor. Oh, it looks like it is 30%. Okay. Oof. Do I have antidote? I do. Get him. Actually, glad we're fighting these goblins now before it gets dark. Look at all those nets. Oh, God. I'm a big fan of Trevor Noah. I think he's brilliant. Bloody brilliant. His stand-up comedy is a bit meh. But like, what he's accomplished and where he's come from, and his story is fascinating. And I think he does a bloody good job on The Daily Show. I mean, he had a rough start, but I mean, following Jon Stewart was going to be tough. Overall, I'm a fan. I like Trevor Noah. Oof, ouch. Oh! Polearm user. Chance of working 40%. It's hardly worth trying. 82% chance. I wonder if that is actually the way it should work. Should the chance to get out of those vines be tied to your melee skill? Seems a little unfair to the ranged guys who get hit. Putting Onimaru here means he's going to get pounded by these guys in range. Definitely come to SA. Wonderful place. Can be a wonderful place. Can be a bit of a shithole, but I've always said living in SA is like dating a nymphomaniac supermodel, but she's also a bipolar, you know, schizophrenic psycho murderer. So the good times are better than you'll ever be able to believe, and the bad times are going to be worse than you're ever going to believe. Like last week Friday, I sat without power for 13 hours. They had to just turn the power off. Because our national energy provider, Eskom, can't provide enough power for the country, so there's a schedule. Like if one plant goes down or there's problems and they can't produce enough, so then the whole country has to take turns having the power get turned off. Of course, the crime and the poverty. Bunch of not great stuff. I can't even ruin my vision. Little range skill. Am I melee contact? I am. I didn't realize that. If you're going to do South Africa, what you need to experience is the safari experience. So go to the Kruger National Park, or a smaller park like the Pilanesberg National Park, where myself and my family normally go. Wonderful place. But the thing is, I mean, South Africa, like any third world country, if you have enough money, you can bypass all the downsides. But it is still shitty knowing that so many people are having such a hard time, you know? So many people are struggling. But with enough money, you never have to see the bad side. But it still bugs me. Like every traffic light you go to, there's a homeless person begging. I mean, we have a 30% unemployment rate. Incredibly high, how can you tell you? Yeah, we have some of the most incredible natural beauty in our national parks. Bunch of good stuff. Like I said, you come check out the beaches, go to the east coast. Stunning beaches, warm water. St. Lucia is an amazing place. You'll party like you never partied before in your life. The nightlife, the social life's amazing. If you go to the Kruger National Park or Pilanesberg, incredible national parks. All the big five. I've had so many amazing experiences in those national parks. Probably my favorite was we went on a night ride once, night drive. And we were in this safari vehicle and it's pitch black. And you can hear the elephants because you can hear them pushing over trees, which is quite loud. The game ranger stops the car and goes, just listen, and we waited there for like half an hour. And then just come out of the darkness, a whole herd of elephants appeared. But they were like right on top of us. And they just came right by the vehicle. So I'm sitting at the back of the safari vehicle. You know, the viewing has viewing platforms, so when you're sitting on the back row, you're about 2 meters up. And it's just dead quiet, and then this herd of elephants starts coming all around the vehicle. They're just passing through. So it's just so cool, because as long as you keep quiet and you keep calm, some of them will take a look at you, they're quite inquisitive, but most of them ignore you. And my brother and I were sitting, like I said, at the back there, and this young bull elephant is curious about what the vehicle is. So he comes walking over, and this elephant was what... I noticed him about 3 meters away, and he came towards us, and then the game ranger's like, no, this is a wild elephant, and he's a bull, so probably only weighs about 6 tons, but he's just higher than we are sitting at the back of this vehicle. He's still that big. So the game ranger just turns the lights of the vehicle on. There's these red brake lights. And the elephant's like, whoa, what the hell is this? But now he's young and he's quite curious, so he comes towards us, but he's still being quite calm, and my mom starts freaking the fuck out. She's sitting at the front of the vehicle. She's thinking I'm going to get gored by an elephant. Now she starts getting excited, which is then obviously going to upset the elephant. So the game ranger's like, just calm the fuck, just calm down, be quiet, be quiet. And this young bull elephant comes right up to where my brother and I are sitting. I could have reached out and touched him. He was like less than half a meter away. I could smell him, and then like his eyeball was like this far from my head. He was right, and he's looking right at me. He was so close, I could see his eyelashes on his eyes. Amazing. He just checked me out and smelt a bit, and then he just away. But being that close to a wild elephant, amazing. Paragon's in trouble. We got to get him away. He's one shot away from dying. Oh, kill him, damn it! Yes, the old cheeky one shot. Oh, good shot, Nexus. Right, Paragon, you need to run away bravely. Shield out. Talk too soon, but it looks like we might get through this without anyone dying. He said before one of his guys got one shot. Look, they are still shooting at Paragon there in the back lines. I tell you what, the guy in this city who gave us this job, he's making us work for our money. This is actually not worth it. We're getting paid 3,300, but we have to fight over 66 goblins. Bloody goblin infestation. It's funny, if I had to think of which of the brothers in the roster would exemplify what this whole playthrough has been about, I'd actually say it's my two bannermen, MK and Ikri. They've been the surprises of the playthrough. Let's not forget that they're a gambler and a monk, respectively. And getting that background, even remotely able to contribute in combat, is just bonkers. I mean, now I kind of want to replace them because they're just not good enough in those hardest fights. I need someone with better combat stats. Also, the shaman shouldn't be able to cast spells if he's in melee combat. Anyways, we've got a bunch of lads we need to replace. I need to replace both my polearm users. And there's one cleaver user. Where is he with light armor? Aragon. Get him, boys. Hounds. Mind. Those nets. Let me take. Yeah, that's worthless. Shields are worthless. I really hope that hunt down the war boss. Yes. This is where we're going to make a lot of money. So destroy any Greenskin parties and camps throughout the Warlord. Luckily, I left a whole bunch of orc camps here undestroyed. We can go clear those out. What's in here? How many do we have in here? Many young berserkers, warriors, and a warlord. That should be doable. Odd one, but doable. 3 men hired by Blankenstedt. That one of ours. Oh, damn. I need to find a group of mercenaries hired by one of the northern houses. I need to do that for my ambition. I'm certainly not going to kill mercenaries that have been hired by our allies. So I'm saving up all this money to hire top tier nerds. If you look here, we've got Brits, the militiaman. We've got Ernst, who's a disowned noble. He has a decent chance of being a tank. And then we've got Erhard. He's going to be an amazing tank, but he lacks the fatigue. Maybe I should hire all three of these guys because they don't have the exact star distribution that I need. And I am in that position where I can just keep hiring, just keep spinning the wheel to keep finding people that are going to be perfect. Because now I'm in that stage where I'm trying to build my god team. We're holding on to all this unhold hide for. I think I should make dog armor with that. Of 6. Also, I must remember we need one more fighting spear. $38,000. I think that's a record for us. Guys, go back to our standard loadout now because I'm a little bit confused as to what we've got. So many brothers here now. Goliath Warhammer. He's certainly an outside flank lad. There is, yeah. Other. Whip and dagger as backup. Whip and dagger as backup. Yeah, I can't imagine getting up to 250,000. Jeez, like. Occasionally, some little edgelord will come into chat and go, "Oh my god, how can you have so little money? I normally have 100,000 by day 30." Ramadi for the sub, my man.
Love the content. Think he'll stick around for another 6.
I hope so. Also, I'm keen to see what you guys make of the schedule, the new schedule I'm going to hope to stick to. Sundays is going to be Dota night. Monday will be Battle Brothers night. Wednesday will be, I think, Blood Bowl night. And then Thursday will be whatever else I feel like. Maybe more Battle Brothers, maybe something else. See how I feel. Humbert. That's nice. Nope. Nope. How long do we need and how many tools do we need? We need a lot more tools. That greenskin footprints. Well, I want to fight greenskins, but we need a little time to heal up and to repair our armor. I must admit, I do quite like militiamen. I think they are decent. Oh, for God's sake, Paragon! You dumb cultist. Up. It's called Blood Guzzler's Camp. I know. When do we need to heal up? 1 day? 31 hours. brigands in there. What do we have here? Let's head up here and go clear out all these orcs. What's in there? Goblins, no thanks. We are technically actually under a Greenskin invasion now. I'm not fighting that. They can fuck. Goblins. Ooh, a cell sword. These guys are great. Squires are excellent. Lots of fatigue. 8 for greenskins and beasts. Nope. Swordmaster is tempting, but look how expensive it is. Even to try him out, that's like almost 2,000 gold. Ooh! 313 for 35. That's actually not good. I need another fighting spear. Then 150. Right. Ooh. Good. Goblins there. Orcs. Goblin. Please. Oh, the guy being tortured. Should we follow him? Why not? Let's see. Man's tracks lead away. Hey, it's a frightfully. Oh god, it's an ambush. Is this black fur? So okay, not too bad. Dire wolves, irritating. Simon's in a bit of trouble though. Simon's pretty fucked. What sucks so much about an ambush? If you just get unlucky with the way that the enemies spawn off, fucking boned, really. Oh god, he's got no armor as it is. Oh, that's fatigue. For a second I thought he had no armor. Ah, fuck off! Nimaru is one of the important lads. I'm not prepared to have him die. Shamelessly reload. It goes straight into the battle. As long as it regenerates by its battle was set up. 46 minutes. I've got to take a break for the YouTube episode. When we come back, get ambushed by bloody dogs again. But does it actually happen again? Oh, the event just doesn't trigger. What? Well, anyway, fuck that event. Stupid event.